This week on Bad Clown's Film Pitch.
Watch out, there's monsters about. This week we try to create our very own Godzilla rip-off movie. Raw.
All right, boys. Lights, camera, action.
Terrible news.
What's the bad news?
London's been decimated.
Oh,
dear.
it's not another massive sort of monster creature, is it?
It was. It was King Kong. Can't believe it.
Oh, right.
Came back, destroyed the sea. And it really got me thinking, like...
Are you reminiscing about the good times?
Well, yeah. Remember when King Kong was just a movie? It's a good time. Really
Said the same thing about that pandemic. Remember
The what?
The pandemic. I was like, oh,
I thought you said Panda.
remember when Contagion was just a movie?
Yeah, do you remember Panda Mech, who destroyed
Pandemic.
destroyed the
Mech
city?
Panda.
I was like, remember that Panda?
Oh my god,
Wait,
it's Panda
Pandemic.
Mech!
Panda Mech. Ah, I get it.
Yeah.
Took my time with that
Like
one.
Mecha
Well, I said it
Godzilla,
twice.
but it's a
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, it got me thinking, and I was like, when was the last good monster film?
good big giant monster. Not
Well,
not
it doesn't have to be giant.
I liked Cloverfield.
I liked
Cloverfield,
Cloverfield
very
too, but it wasn't very good for merch.
Because you want a big
You're always thinking about the money. You're never thinking
I'm
about
just
the
switched
art.
on to business. Every single opportunity. How am I making cash? Where's the money coming from?
Right.
That's just my mindset.
Yeah.
And everyone needs that when they're making films.
That we do need to have
Toys,
that on
lunchboxes.
board. Yeah. You can't really put the monster from Cloverfield on a lunchbox.
Because they don't know what it looks like.
Do a tie-in with Monster Munch.
Hey,
There you
you're
are.
getting ahead of
There you are.
us here.
We should
but
probably make the monster first if we're going to do that.
Well,
Have a think.
so
Yeah.
we want to go for something different.
So before we look, are we going big monster? Are we talking like
I
Godzilla
like big
stuff? You
monster.
do.
We don't get it enough.
I think bigger.
Huh?
Bigger.
What, like a planet? No, too far.
Too far.
We cut off a lot of possible storytelling.
Big Ben size.
Big Ben size.
That's little.
Could we name the monster Big Ben? Because that's the first thing it takes out.
if we're not going bigger, can we go like, it's 10 foot?
Oh, wow.
It's quite big.
That is a big panda. That's actually abnormally
What
big.
if, what if he's only 10 foot? He's really quick, so he can do a lot of damage.
So he's like bashing through loads of buildings
Yeah.
rather than just
But he gets
one.
tired quite fast.
Yeah.
So he has to have little breaks in between. Oh, wait, are we saying 10 foot? No.
That's like two of me.
How tall? What, you're 5 foot?
5'7".
Nothing scarier than a John on
On
John's shoulders.
It's like a
that would,
slightly
if I was
taller me.
holding me, that might be, yeah.
I just quite like it because it's only like 3 foot taller than
A human.
just like tall humans.
I'm 6'2", so
you
we're
guys
pretty similar.
Take it down.
I
I-
could probably take
I also
it.
like it because then we can do some sort of iconic scene where they're always like, "Oh my god, Godzilla!" But it's actually like, "What do you mean? I can't see over you. You're too tall. I can't see past you." Oh, well, that thing. It is quite tall.
Well, I guess it all comes down to the animal. Or
Does it have to be an animal?
Well, no, but I wrote a list of monster movies here,
Yeah.
and I have one. Some are questionable because I actually do have Lilo and Stitch on the list, genuinely. Because is that a monster film?
Yeah.
Yes.
Think about it. It's
Yes,
going
it
around
is.
causing chaos, and it's got some
Little,
people
though.
after it.
Frankenstein would be a monster movie.
Frankenstein, yes, it would. Jurassic Park.
It was the monster, the man or the monster?
Everyone confuses that, don't they?
Yeah.
They think that Frankenstein was the monster.
People forget that Frankenstein
Was the man.
was the
the
movie.
and the name of the book.
The
Yeah.
book, yeah. It's also
Nope, that was a monster film technically.
like an alien monster movie.
Yeah, Jaws was a shark, and they're not very big.
I
Oh,
want
wow.
to.
Well, they're not very big.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but have you seen the
That's
Meg?
so offensive to sharks.
Have you seen the Meg?
Yes, I saw it with you.
I know.
I was there too.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very hungover in the Edinburgh Fringe.
When are we not, guys?
There's inspiration I want to take from the Meg in a bit.
Jason Statham.
Not Jason Statham, but the concept of someone who's been out of the game in whatever respective job they need them
you
for.
want the human plot line to...
Yeah,
We have
I
to
want them
have
to like,
one.
God damn it, Jason, we need you to come back and blank for us.
Take out
I
the
don't do
panda.
blank anymore. Damn it, Jason.
What's he doing?
You're the best blanker we've ever
We haven't
seen.
wrote the plot, so he's putting blanks in.
Oh, sorry. I heard.
Because it works. Whatever it is, you put any job, any verb even.
All right, let
It
me
works.
try. Go on, say it, and I'll say what his profession is.
Damn it, Jason, we need you to come.
Cement mix.
for us. I don't.
I'm
Cement
child
mix.
mind.
Cement mix.
Sorry, I was doing different jobs.
right.
Maybe he does them both. Child.
I like
the
cement mixer.
mixer, yeah.
Maybe the monster's defeated by putting it in cement.
Yeah, I mean, if it's 10 foot tall,
And that gives us leeway for...
I mean,
John's losing his mind.
it's like, it'd be a lot of cement because cement doesn't dry that quick.
Oh, I thought you were worried that it wasn't actually that much cement because it's just a 10-foot thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, why not?
Have you ever been stuck in cement? Have you ever put your foot in wet cement?
I have put my foot in the wet cement.
Did you do it to be a dick and leave? Your
No,
foot in
I
cement?
was working on a building site and there was wet cement.
Working on a boat. Oh, there you go. And you just trodden it.
Yeah.
Did you get in trouble?
Yeah.
Did you? Did you get fired?
No.
Just
They
check.
didn't put a sign down.
So you just.
Well, they did. It was just in the cement.
Yeah.
What if the film... I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm just excited.
Yeah.
The film ends with the monster, however big it is, its feet are stuck in cement.
Yeah.
So it's still like... and they're like, oh, thank God that's no longer a problem. Next film, oops, broke its foot out. It's
Yeah.
free.
Wow.
So they just leave it there. Is
Yeah.
that what you think? They just leave them,
Yeah, it's in cement.
and he's
It's
he's
a
just,
statue.
How does he eat?
Well, it's only in some. His cement's only up to like his shins.
I suppose they could
You
cut
could
out.
start, in some, like the Superman movies, they have the monument of Superman. What if the monster becomes the monument in the next film?
Well, they just completely cover the monster.
Oh well,
like
they
a
just
keep like a mold.
keep putting
Yeah.
more cement on,
Yeah.
and it's 100 years later, and they've forgotten that it was ever a monster. Just
But then it didn't
Yeah.
die. It's still inside the statue.
yeah.
Okay, so we've got the ending.
And then the set up for the next
And
film.
let's have the next one. But we
How
haven't
does
got
this monster made? Because like Godzilla's a nuclear testing or something.
nuclear tested lizard.
King Kong is made by
sure.
Mummy and Daddy King Kong
Yeah.
on a Skull Island.
That's mad, isn't it? When you think about it, it's like Godzilla
This
was
King
a
Kong's.
nuclear radiation.
Yeah.
King Kong,
Mummy and Daddy King Kong.
they had sex. Where does the sense come from? Think about it. How have we got a giant gorilla, and that just happened on an island? But Godzilla had to be through radiation. Do you think they got bored of just lazy in writing?
Maybe. Well, where do the rest of these monsters come from?
So, well, there's a good Stitch from space,
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, the
Cloning.
humans being
Mosquitoes and
From
frog DNA.
science.
there. Well, there you go. Cloverfield, that's from space. Nope, that's from space. The Meg, that's from the water.
It's
Deep underwater.
deep.
It's
Jaws
just,
from
it's
the
just
water.
always space, isn't it?
It's a good get out of jail
Free
card.
card because
yeah.
we don't know what's up there.
What about Yeti?
Oh, have they done a Yeti film? Like a good one?
They've done one called The Yeti. It was an
What was that
animated
about?
children's film.
That's not what we're talking.
It's very good though. Very How to Train Your Dragon vibe.
So
then-
do the humans capture the Yeti
oh, maybe.
and then bring him to? Because it's always got to be in the city.
The easy,
Fun in
the,
the
the
city.
easy out
Fun in
is
the city.
the easy out is the
But babe.
the Yeti defrosts at the start of the film. That's the easy
He's
out.
frozen in ice,
He starts frozen in ice, ends frozen in cement.
and he could be about 10 feet tall. That makes sense.
Yeah. Well. What if it's baby Yeti and it gets bigger? Like it gets bigger and bigger.
What if it's a baby Yeti, which is 10 foot? They coat it in cement. Next film, it's growing because it was a baby,
No,
and
that
now it's
statue
20
wasn't
foot.
That
Oh,
big.
wow.
What's going on? That statue somehow the cement.
That
doesn't
statue
crack.
didn't have tufts of hair poking through. I'm certain of
What's
it.
happening up there? So we're going with Yeti, and are we saying so? It's frozen, but for us to hate the humans enough to watch them get so destroyed.
Well, you got to have good guys and bad guys.
Well, that's it. Maybe they heard about the Yeti and you know how like in all those catching the Bigfoot or catching the Yeti, maybe they get a call from old wild Smith in the mountains, and he's like, "You'll never guess what I've seen up here. There's a Yeti running around," and they're like, "Oh, the boy that cried wolf again." You know, ignore that. But then someone, good person, goes to see it. And they're like, there is a Yeti. And then bad person comes, gets the Yeti. And they're like, leave it alone. It's peaceful. It's nice. We're talking Mighty Joe here.
I have an alternative. Frackers.
What?
Because I don't fully know what fracking is, right? It's when you pull gas out of
Yeah.
it. So
Doesn't really happen in mountains.
sure, but that doesn't matter because it's good to have people who don't care about climate change as the baddies.
Climate change deniers. Those
So they're like, look, I don't care if we ruin this entire planet. I'm going to frack that frozen mountain. And it's through the fracking that they release the Yeti. The Yeti kills most of the frackers, but there's one fracker left. It's like Kong with Samuel L. Jackson, where his whole troop dies. He's the last one, and he wants revenge, and that's why he's the baddie. And he'll frack and do anything to get him.
Personally, I liked my idea.
John?
But what are we saying?
I'm going with Sam's. I'm going with the climate.
Tashi?
They were both amazing.
Thank you so much. I'll take that as a win. So we're even.
It's a vote for you.
So the Yeti goes from the mountain getting chased by the fracking guy?
So yeah.
Or does he get captured by the fracking guy?
I think he is free.
The Yeti's already roaming.
Yes.
Well, why haven't we seen him before?
No, he was frozen.
Oh,
They release
The
him
oil and
they release
gas.
him by fracking. He kills.
Right.
They fracked that Yeti.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And now they're fracked because he kills most
that's
of them.
the tagline.
And then
Post.
he goes down the mountain and into the city.
Do we talk about fracking again, or is it just
Not really,
something
no.
that-
No.
I think no, I don't think so. I think maybe the fracker will say a few things about
So-
fracking as it goes on.
Just because for sequel potential, are Yetis, Abominable Snowmen, and Bigfoot different
No,
things? Or
they're,
same?
they're different things.
Don't know about
There's the
Bigfoot.
sequels.
Bigfoot's a
I
cousin.
think an abominable
Excuse me.
abominable snowman.
Say that 3 times. Go.
Abominable snowman, abominable snowman, abominable snowman.
Very good.
Almost had it.
But pretty
That's the
good.
same as Yeti.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Because an abominable snowman
Nice.
is is a snowman.
No,
Yes.
abominable?
No.
It's one that doesn't melt.
no.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Well, then why is it called a snowman?
Because he's covered in snow. Because he's a Yeti that lives on the mountain.
Then why don't they just call him a yeti?
Because it doesn't sound as good as the abominable snowman.
I don't. I'm sorry.
Tashi, could we find out what the abominable snowman is, please?
What? What?
And then Bigfoot, is that something?
I think Bigfoot is a similar species,
But bigger feet.
bigger feet.
Do you guys,
Traditionally, Yetis have white fur, big feet.
You've done
have
your
brown
research.
fur.
do you guys believe in?
Well, I've been hunting them my whole life. John.
do you guys believe in yetis and Bigfoot? And
Hang on, what's the answer?
I don't know if this will be as cut and dry as you're hoping.
Yeah.
I think it will be. I don't think. Well, I think it's pretty cut and dry that an
Mythological
abominable
creatures.
snowman isn't an animated snowman,
I never said animated. I said one that couldn't melt.
but is still.
I suppose if you built a snowman, on a mountain covered in snow, that would be an abominable snowman.
on the top of Everest.
Yeah, because it can't melt.
You think an abominable
might get-
snowman
might
is
get
just a
covered with
snowman?
more snow.
It's just a snowman that doesn't melt. Just a regular snowman that doesn't melt.
I've never been questioned that hard on the subject.
Abominable means nasty.
No, does
It's
it?
an abomination.
Wait, so it's just a nasty snowman, like Jack Frost in that movie?
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not that.
But they've called it that.
I'm really confused. What does abominable mean nasty?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Because I'm
not sure it
thinking
does.
like, can you
Is
get
there-
an
is there
abominable
any-
ice cream?
is there
that
any
doesn't melt?
answer?
Abomination.
I've got a website that says the Abominable Snowman and Yeti are basically different names for the same legend.
Yes.
But Bigfoot is a different beast altogether.
Yes.
Sequel. Sequel.
Ever since my father died hunting the Yetis, I've always learned everything I can about them.
I can't believe this. Today is full of revelations.
Abominable
for
means
me.
bad. It's like
That could be a big
abomination.
scene in the movie where they're like, oh,
It's the same thing.
oh my God, the legend of the abominable snowman?
What if one
I
of the-
thought it couldn't melt.
What if one of the characters of the main troupe, because there's always like a group where they get picked off one by one.
Yeah.
One of them was there under the pretense that what they were chasing was just a snowman that wouldn't melt.
Could we riff off, I think it's one of the Jurassic Park films where they're in the tall grass and the velociraptors are like taking guys out
Yeah,
one by
yeah,
one.
yeah,
But you don't
yeah.
really see them. Could we have it in the snow? And the abominable snowman, you just see men just get pulled into snow.
That's a cheap scene to film. As
Yeah,
well.
Yeah.
because you just have shot from here
And big
everyone just go,
drop.
Whoa! yeah. And then we can probably even make it like a PG. 'Cause
No
you're not-
blood?
No blood in that.
but blood looks good on snow.
And what's the antithesis? What's
It does look
what's
good on
what's the antithesis to snow? Cement.
I was really confused. Like,
Yeah,
what is the antithesis to snow?
you can't just shout the word antithesis and
Water?
expect us to know what it means.
Cement mixer. He's called in.
What? They're like,
He's
"We're
gotta get
left
up the
to our
mountain."
last resort." He retired 5 years ago.
That's why he's originally there. Jason. Why does he sound like Jason?
Well-
Jason, listen. We need you to cement us a road so we can get our equipment up the mountain.
I haven't been doing this for 10 years.
Technically, that would be tarmacking, but
That falls
I
outside
can
of
do
my
that as well.
purview.
I also lay carpets and do roofing if you need it.
But also within this trope, they always live in a village somewhere in Asia, and all the locals love them, and they've always got a beer. They're always getting a beer out of the fridge when
Their wife is always a scientist. Isn't that? I don't
That's
know
it.
why.
I don't mix cement anymore. I can't make your road. Jason, there's one thing you don't understand.
Oh, yeah, there is.
The lead scientist, it's your wife. And
What do you mean? Yeah, exactly.
Every time it cuts to him, he's pulling a beer out of the fridge.
What do you mean? She went missing in the mountains. Well, I'm on my way. Grabs his cement mixer, chucks it in a pan.
You know your wife is the most famous fracker there is.
I think if the Yeti steals,
He used to mix cement over the stuff that she fracked. I don't know
The
what
oddest monster movie.
I think it works.
if you get the Yeti to sort of steal the lead character's girlfriend, like King Kong, but it's
Not like
but
they're in a
instead of
relationship.
instead of the sort of like the dynamic where it's like, oh, is the monster falling in love with the woman? It's more that she's a pain in the ass for the monster.
Oh, he hates having her around.
Yeah,
It's like, oh.
he's just like, I should get rid of her.
Oh, why did I choose her? There were so many other scientists. Yeah. But we're saying he comes down from the mountain into the city.
He's released via fracking.
Big Yeti in the city.
And then he's killed all the men in the snow.
He's killed all of them.
Not all bar one.
All but one.
All bar one. We should go for drinks after this.
Sounds good.
We
And if you need a place for cheap cocktails and wonderful food, you can head to All Bar One.
yeah. Or Weatherspoon's cheaper, but
Oh, yeah.
the guy that owns it is a bit prick. What's his name?
Irrelevant.
Big middle finger. I like it. He comes down to the city, and I think the tagline could be something like, "I don't think you're ready for this Yeti."
Nice.
Yeah. Oh wait, it's not. It is a Yeti.
I don't think you're ready for this
Yeti.
Yeti.
Yeah, exactly.
What about, can the tone of the film drastically shift based on the moment? So like he's
yes,
released,
please.
it starts with like, and then when he gets in the city, it's like, ooh, he doesn't understand what
Picks up a giant like pretend donut. It's like
When Lily gets hit by,
yeah.
the people aren't reacting to him. And then just
It's like, that's a great costume, mate. And he's like,
like taxi's nearly running him over. Like, I'm walking here.
and maybe he accidentally walks into a cinema and sees a film, an old film, and he does pick up a quote that he just walks around saying.
What do you mean, like
all these situations.
Wall-E and the
Yes.
where he's watching My Fair Lady?
Yes, so let's give him one. What film's he seen? Old film.
He's watching The Godfather.
Yeah.
Puts horse heads in people's
Yes.
beds.
Like,
Thinking
he's
that's a
going-
nice thing to do.
He's
Goes
got
around and comes in.
wedding. My daughter's wedding.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
But
Gives him
then,
a horse
because
head.
it's winter, then he sees these street youths knock over a Shut up. These street youths knock over a snowman, and his eyes glaze with rage, and he kills them.
Yes, we get a nice gritty moment there. Then straight back to the sort of bumbling comedy, like
Crush the skull, throw down. You see the blood splatter on the snow, and he goes, "You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding."
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so is he got a motive, or is he just angry that he's been woken up?
Yeah, he didn't know what's going on.
He's just
Yeah.
like elf. He's just
Yeah.
he's just lost in a
So
big city.
It's a mixture of Captain America,
Of course.
Okay.
Elf,
Yeah.
and Kong. Those are the three films.
So it's a Christmas film. We're releasing it around Christmas time.
Of course.
Yeah, Christmas Day.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. We could get some serious merch out of that.
Should we have Santa in it?
Yeah, Santa comes down, but
He talks him down from the big building.
the Empire State.
here.
Oh yeah. Does it end up on a? Because they end in like landmarks and stuff.
Yeah, where's the landmark? Because
The Seattle. What's,
The Needle.
yeah.
What is that called? Is it called the Seattle Needle?
Or
Sky Needle.
Sky Needle? Seattle Spike?
Why don't we have it on a building that's actually quite like known but unimpressive? Like not very tall.
Not very tall.
Like the building next to the Empire State Building.
Not even that. Like I don't like a.
Sydney Opera House.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how we get.
that's
there.
quite-
That's quite tall.
Well, remember, he's only 10 foot tall.
Oh, yeah.
You see him climbing this huge, what looks like a huge building, and it's just like a pub.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or Weatherspoons. No, sorry, all bar one.
All bar one. He's climbing an all bar
He's
one.
on top of an all bar one. And you know how like Kong could hold them out with one hand?
Yeah.
He's having to use both. So
Yeah.
it's just very clumsily done.
It's not that much bigger than a person.
So instead of like the end of Kong where it's all the biplanes shooting him down, it's just people throwing stones at him.
Get down from there!
Yeah, so maybe
you bloody nuisance!
Maybe instead of doing the Kong thing of stealing the girlfriend of the wife, he tries, but actually he's only 10 foot and he can't climb and carry a person.
It's like me at like a rock climbing event. Like, oh, why am I doing this? Yeah. And you can still see the wires they've attached to the stunt man. Can barely get up the building.
So I think we start with this horrible opening.
With the
Goes
fracking.
into the city, sees the film.
Yeah.
Cut to Jason Statham. They've got the team. The team's all very like lock and load.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
One dweeb.
Back to Doctor Shreddy.
Yeah.
Like
Kills
a-
the kids.
Kills
Kills the kids.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
I forgot
snowman.
about that.
No,
Yeah,
of
about
course
that.
that happens. Climbs a pub, holding the wife.
Can't hold.
Can't hold her.
Oh, so
Throws her on,
throws her up.
knocks
'Cause
her
it's
out.
not that high.
Helps her up the ladder.
Yeah, he's like, can you?
Fire
you
escape.
can do the rest on your own. And then he clambers up as well.
Quite quick.
Climbs
Tall.
Well, pretty quick, but
Yeah.
clumsily. Like it's not impressive.
Like there are police looking for him, but he's not that big.
Exactly.
Can't see him.
And then what was it? We had people throwing stones. They're like, get down from there, you right
You're
little.
going to hurt yourself. You quite big.
Don't jump. They think it's just a hairy guy on top of a pub. And then Jason Statham comes along and they go, oh, got it. He's like, jump, got a trampoline here. You'll be fine. It's not a trampoline. It's pretend. Underneath.
Made of cement.
Underneath.
Sorry,
cement.
right.
Yeah. And then he's just trapped.
Yeah, so he uses his cement mixing skills. They put a trampoline there and he quickly whips up some cement that's
Yeah.
directly underneath the...
Yeah, really
Yeah.
quickly. That's a quick turnaround. But I have seen them do it.
Well, that's why he's the best in the biz.
Best in the biz. Does his wife make it? No.
Oh, is he cradling her?
I think she jumps thinking it's a trampoline too,
No.
And then she's cemented.
but she landed face first.
Oh.
So
But that's how you jump on
monument to his
trampolines.
success is also the monument to his biggest failure.
Oh, what? Oh, right, yes, because it ends with the monster's feet in the cement.
Yeah.
So he jumps on the trampoline, boink, stuck in the cement, up to the legs, right? The
Yeah, but
monster.
she jumped with him.
Yeah.
She thought it was the trampoline.
apparently.
So she didn't land quite as well because he was trying to hold her at the time. Thinking it's a trampoline, he's not going to get hurt. She drowns in cement.
That's really bleak ending.
Yeah. That's what I wanted.
But when we make the sequel, nowhere to be seen.
Oh, Jason Statham, no.
He doesn't come back.
No, it doesn't come back for it.
None of the
Got-
human
got
characters
check
come
and
back.
ran. But we have got Millie Bobby Brown lined up for the sequel.
We haven't.
We have.
Wow.
Yup.
And so for the sequel, the Yeti is 3 times the size.
Yeah, we're talking like maybe even more. Like, and we just do not explain it. Like he went from 10 foot to 200 feet. No explanation.
Or runs through a lab, gets shot by a...
Yeah. So he escapes. He's just had enough. He's like, I'm going. Gets out the cement, runs through a lab, comes out the other side. 200
They've built
feet.
a lab opposite him to study him.
Yeah. And he's 200 feet tall now.
He's King Kong. He's with white fur.
He's going to fight Bigfoot.
Well, that's Rampage.
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yes,
That's how you do it.
because... And then,
Now
and then
he's the good guy.
The after credits clip of the first film is Bigfoot going like... cut to black.
Oh,
Because he
wow.
knows that the Yeti's back in action.
Oh, and he's angry about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
How big is Bigfoot tall?
800 foot.
That's a bit big, man. I don't know if I have the budget for that.
How big are his feet?
Tiny.
Size 9.
They can't keep him up. He's so tall.
Oh. Well, I'm happy with this.
Yeah, me too.
We've got a monster movie in the bag, John.
And do we call it something like Abominable?
No,
Because that's already a film.
because that.
Do we call it something like...
Oh, that's the film I was thinking of earlier.
Okay.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Not Yeti.
Not Yeti.
Should we call it something like...
Oh fuck.
Should we call it like
Isn't
the Snowman?
Isn't there a film called Littlefoot? And isn't that...
Oh, I'm thinking Missing Link.
Is the one with
Missing
Channing
Link
Tatum?
is where it's Bigfoot.
Is
That
the Channing Tatum one?
No.
There's one.
That's Magic.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh, yeah, Magic Man.
There is another one with Yetis where it's...
I think it's called Smallfoot. Maybe it's
I don't
Smallfoot.
think I've seen Smallfoot.
Well,
Any
you've
good?
got homework for next week.
Yes, because next week we're talking exclusively about the abominable snowman, the snowman that just refuses to melt. That is the tagline.
It's a horror film, and every time they look in the garden, it's like
It's bigger.
July. They look at the count. July.
Oh God, he's still there.
How compact
Why won't
did
you leave?
It shouldn't be. It's not even wet.
How tightly did you pack the snowballs? You know, because if you tighten them,
Hey, it's
yeah.
my job. It's Jason Statham.
yeah, exactly. I'm out of the game.
He mixed cement into the snow.
Cement won't melt. Makes his best friend, makes his wife, who died
Out of snow.
out of snow and cement.
Snowmen.
Snowman, Samo.
No.
So we're happy with this.
Yeah, pretty happy.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Me too. Me too.
Anyone know how long we've been going?
No.
Not a clue. Also, Tashi.
You've got 7 more minutes to get up to 30.
Oh,
7 more minutes.
Christ.
I mean, how we just wandered in here after London was decimated. You know.
Yeah.
Like I said at the beginning.
We need some more destruction scenes, wouldn't we?
Oh yeah. What's the big set piece?
Oh, I was thinking more film 3 is tiny.
What?
So film 1, 10 foot. Film 2, 300 foot.
And then you get
film
shrunk.
3,
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
this big.
Honey, I Shrunk the Yeti. We'll work on the title.
Yeti, I shrunk the Yeti.
And
Yeti, I Yeti the shrunk.
it's not going anywhere, man.
There's the one where Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, where the kid's like Godzilla.
Yeah.
I mean, the title for that film, just for a second,
I blew up
very
the Yeti.
misleading. I was really disappointed.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not the film I paid to see.
So he shrinks
Right.
for film 3.
How small? 10 foot.
Quantum Realm.
Oh my goodness, tiny.
Who does he bump into? Ant-Man.
God.
Because we've made. So
No,
I was thinking a borrower.
I was thinking he shrinks so far, he finds a civilization where he's still big to them.
Well, yeah, I think the Borrowers versus the Yeti is good.
Oh, what? So
The Gulliver's Travels, they pin him down.
Borrower's this big, Yeti's this big?
Not even
Is
that.
this-
I think just
For the audio listeners.
Oh yeah, for the listeners, we're talking.
You're saying like
Borrow
5
baby-
5
baby-
centimeters.
Baby carrot borrower to
No, too big, too big. Bring
30
it down, bring it down,
bring it down.
bring it down.
Half a cucumber. Exactly.
Why are you using vegetables as the measuring?
All vegetables are the same size.
That was a generous size
Banana.
for Borrow, by the way. Like I thought Borrows were like an inch.
I need to watch it.
No, they're like.
They're not like that. They're not action figure size. What are you doing?
I thought they
They're
were-
Lego. They're like Lego.
I thought the size of a mouse.
What?
They
That's too
kind of live in a mouse hole, don't they?
That's too big. That can't be true.
There's the bit when Malfoy, I don't know his name,
Tom Felton.
gets stuck
Tom
in.
Felton in the Borrows.
He's in one of them.
He's in the one with.
Hello, everyone. We had a little
Technical.
technical mishap, but don't worry.
The borrowers in the system.
We're still exactly. The Borrowers heard us talking about them, and I don't know through.
Unplugged a wire.
Yeah,
Bit it like a.
they're not. They're not. But we have the most important question. We have an answer.
We do.
How big is a borrower? Now I'm going Lego size, which is like an inch or two, right?
John?
I reckon like that. So that's what, 2 Lego figures stacked on top?
Yeah, like a tall one.
Yeah.
Like a tall Lego figure.
They can't be bigger than 3 foot.
No, they're
They
definitely.
can't be. Like, that's not possible, is it?
That's
Is
a
it?
child.
That's
Right.
That's a child.
yeah. How?
So 2 foot.
Sure. Okay. How?
It's also a child.
do we know?
Borrowers are, on average, 5 inches tall.
Fuck, man. That's John. That's John. John's got the close.
I'm not that short.
That's John.
As a little zing to himself. John's a borrower. Yeah. Okay, so
so
that's like
yeah. Because I thought like
5
having.
inches.
Yeah.
A good size.
So I'm told.
I've only had a point of reference for that. Oh, it's like twice my cock.
Cannot believe
Excuse me.
this.
So,
I'm so sorry, Tashi. I'm so sorry for Sam.
I'm sorry for me.
2.5, not good.
Rude.
So, because then,
We need to
Borrowers versus the Yetis, it's a destruction movie, but with that, like, they're using pins as, like, bow and
Weapons,
arrows. It's
yeah.
like, it's quirky, it's tiny, but it's still like, dead, like, knocking down these Lego walls.
And instead of getting caught in cement, we wrap the whole trilogy up, or whatever it is. He gets trapped in glue.
Or chewing gum.
Does that happen in one of the Borrow films? Get stuck in some chewing gum?
I think so, yeah.
Probably.
Something to do with a spider. Anyway.
Because the nice thing about this one, the third film, is there needs to be no actors, no reference to the previous two films, because it's in the borrower community.
Yeah, but the Yeti is the same Yeti.
The Yeti is the same Yeti, but it's almost like...
Recurring.
Recurring. It's a different actor every time.
Each of these films, he watches the next installment of the Godfather trilogy.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's the point where we have to make a new Godfather.
Remember when they made Godfather Part 4?
Well, it's like, in the Home Alone, that was a fake film, wasn't it? We've covered that, I'm sure. The one that he watches.
Yeah, it's a
Dirty Angels in Pretty
the
Places.
Merry
Filthy-
Christmas, you filthy
animal.
animals.
That's a fake film, yeah.
So maybe we just make a scene from Godfather 4.
This is why I don't go to Miami.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hate chewing gum. So it's like a really cool meta thing at the end when he gets trapped in chewing gum. Yeah.
Don't chew gum. You look like a spook. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. It sounds vaguely offensive.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
I think I was trying to say schmuck, but I wanted to make a new word.
Yeah.
And it.
Yeah, it's okay. Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes you make up slurs.
Yeah. Don't know what it's a slur for.
Yeah.
Borrowers.
Let's not
Hey,
decide.
you guys know what? No. Hey, yeah. Slur for a borrower.
A slur for a
And how does the film?
dare you?
They trap
Sorry, John.
they trap the Yeti. They trap the Yeti in gum. I think we agree. Glue was dumb. And
Gum?
Yeah, gum's good. Glue's bad. It's just like idiot idea. And
Sorry.
So they trap it. End of the film, right?
Yeah.
Post credits clip. 'Cause that's what it's all about. That's what
Wrapping
people
it up, right?
The borrowers find their way into the lab,
Which lab?
the one from the second film,
Where he becomes 200 foot.
and they become 200 foot.
Oh, man.
And then the next film will have the borrowers building, like, it's that same, like, they're using things that are the wrong size for other things.
Okay.
But on the other scale.
So what they're using, like a double-decker bus, is like a bar of soap.
That's it, yeah.
It's a bar of
But, like,
don't
the size works.
Yeah. Technically, the
Size and
works.
shape works.
But it's not going to do the job, is it? It's not going to do that. Maybe they're using a boat as a razor.
And who do the humans have to get to fight these new borrower overlords? Little
The
tiny
Yeti.
Yeti, that's
Yeah.
right, shrunk in
all comes
gum.
full
This
circle.
time, he's having to get creative because he's tiny, so he's run up their
This
legs.
time, he's going to need the help of some friends.
And we call
Oh
it...
shit, we didn't do Bigfoot. we teased Bigfoot at the end of the first one.
Some Marvel projects, DC, they do that.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, he's coming.
We're not seeing Harry Styles in the MCU again.
No, I hope not. I hope not. Lord.
Should we wrap it up?
Wait, we'll wrap it up with this. Fourth film, massive borrowers, Yetis recruiting other monsters. And it's like, I told you, Yeti, I'm out of the game. And it's the same concept, but with monsters.
Okay. Yeah. But no Harry Styles. Please.
I'm thinking for the Yeti.
No, please. Anyway, it's been a pleasure having this conversation with you boys. Honestly, I just didn't want to go back out into the city. It's a mess out there. King Kong really has just... My home is destroyed. So...
That's a shame, because I lived in your walls.
What?
I'm a borrower.
Oh, we'll all go to Sam's. Sam, your house is okay?
No.
Tashi?
Trapped in tune.
End the podcast.
And that's a wrap. Subscribe to the Bad Clowns Film Pitch podcast and follow Bad Clowns Comedy on all social medias for updates on live shows and new comedy sketches. See you next time.